Hi, and welcome to the July 8th edition of the Astro Energy Astrology Show with me, Shelley Overton. And it's the year of 2023. I want to welcome you, and hopefully it's not too echoey. I do have a rug here in my new apartment, but it is still a little echoey. So I'm trying to speak up for you. We're going to go over what's happening in the sky this week and hopefully not create too much loud noise here. Just out of the gate, I'm going to let you know, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you can. It helps the algorithm, as every YouTuber knows, and everyone who watches YouTube. So I'm going to give you what's going on this weekend and the upcoming week. So we're going to focus on that this week. And today the moon is in Pisces. It actually just entered Aries as I was out and about today. I was buying a couch and I saw the moon was about to change signs. And just before it did, it was quincunx to, I believe it was, let's see, Mars. So Mars in Leo, moon in Pisces, in conjunct or quincunx, because of their positions, actually quincunx, at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And I still got the couch. I still left at about 1 o'clock to go get the couch. And I think I technically paid for it just after the quincunx was exact. So I'm good there. But we do have a moon in Aries. Moon in Aries means that we are now focused on a more driven, proactive energy. It is ruled by Mars, Aries, that is. So as you can see in the chart this way, the chart over here, we've got Moon in Aries and Chiron at 19 Aries, and then the other planets are in different positions. We are about to have North Node in Aries very soon, in 9 days. It actually goes in, 17th is a Monday. That's when the North Node changes into Aries. And what does that mean? The energy of nodes of fate, it's actually just a point in the sky where the moon crosses the equator twice a day. And on one side, it is on, well, they're opposite sides. So now they are crossing in the sign of Taurus and Scorpio, morning and night. And they will be crossing at Aries. And because they're nodes of fate, they are destined points of time. The moon has a very strong power to culminate energy, to culminate storylines, and dictate a yes or no answer, whether or not something will come about. It is a strong significator in astrology, especially in horary astrology. That is of the moment. In other words, astrology, where if you understand the idea of a question at the moment you understand the question, in other words, when it's asked, you do a chart for that moment and you can understand the outcome of a scenario, because the energy of a question imparts the energy of the situation. And when somebody, an astrologer, understands that, that is kind of a giving and taking of energy. And so you see a storyline based on where the planets are and their path, and the moon being such a quick transiting entity in the sky is a significator of how an issue will culminate based on when the question is asked. It's a really fascinating type of astrology that I have studied for a while now. It's probably been 25 years, 20 years, somewhere in there, a long time. With our moon in Aries, we're going to have a couple days of really strong drive to accomplish things. The moon enters Taurus at 7:55 p.m. on Monday. So the rest of this evening, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And over the course of the weekend, it's got kind of a mixed bag of what's going on from this point on. So we're going to just do Sunday, because Saturday is pretty much history other than the moon entering Aries. There's a quincunx between Mars in Leo, a quincunx to Pluto in Capricorn, which means end degrees, because of course Pluto is bitterly at the end of Capricorn, 29 degrees, 26 minutes. And so it's going to really show kind of arrogance. So Mars answers to the energy of the sun, when it's in Leo. And the sun represents ego, being the center of the universe, so to speak, and the center of attention. And Mars is representative of men, like I've said thousands of times, men, male drive, ambition. And when you put ego with ambition in a fire sign, you get a lot of action. You get having more bravado, and being in a position of taking action and not really worrying about the consequences. So when you have Mars quincunx to Pluto, Pluto is an amped up energy of Mars. So it is really where Mars will fight somebody, Pluto will burn the situation to the ground and wipe out everything and decimate it in, in an effort to rise from the ashes, which is the energy of the Phoenix associated with Pluto and the sign of Scorpio. So Mars is the ram beating his head against a wall, trying to get things to move. And Pluto is like, we don't mess around. We'll use dynamite. We'll use everything we can. We'll use your secrets. We'll use plutonium. We'll use the bomb. It doesn't matter. Pluto uses all tools at its disposal, and it wants to get rid of that which is not working anymore, especially in the sign of Capricorn, which is structure, physical structure, systematic structure, hierarchical structure. And Pluto is value. Are we valuing the same thing structure-wise as we used to? We are not. And part of the reinforcement of that is Pluto moving into Aquarius, which is the sign of release of the structure into a more autonomous, individualized, responsible state. And Pluto goes back into Capricorn, wanting to revisit the structures that may have already been demolished. And it is probably a very sentimental position right now. Pluto is very emotional. Capricorn is very traditional. And when you combine traditional with sentimental and emotional, you basically are licking your wounds from the loss of something very long-lived and connected to your dogma, your way of looking at life. So we're going to see that coming in on Sunday. We have a trine between Mercury and Cancer in Cancer and Neptune in Pisces, so more emotion. Sunday could be a really strong day for that demolition of the structure of the government, of an authority figure, especially looking at Mars in Leo, because Mars in Leo is authority figures and leadership. Leo represents monarchs and heads of state. Quincunx to Pluto and Capricorn is going to bring about another major shift of some kind of authoritarian figure. And then Mercury and Neptune are the energy of thought and the ocean or emotion. In Cancer and Pisces, respectively, trine. So the trine is going to bring out a deeply emotional situation. A lot of times this scenario means that there is a shift going on, and because it's Cancer and Pisces, Pisces is the end of a cycle. Cancer is emotional around family, home life, mothers. So there can be information coming out around the home life that is going to be influenced strongly by Neptune and by Mercury. Anyway, we've got a lot of emotionalism coming in with the power from Mars Pluto in negative aspect, followed by Mercury Neptune, which means we're processing what comes in intellectually through our emotions. We are trying to reason through things by connecting into the emotional life. And then Sun and Moon will be square with the Sun in Cancer. Again, that's more assertive, aggressive, masculine energy at odds with the emotional life of home and family. And then finally, the Moon joins with Chiron in Aries. So there's more aggressive behavior, maybe thoughtless behavior or self-centered behavior on Sunday, wrapping up the day. Then we have the next day, which is Monday. And I'm going to probably have to step this up a little bit because my time just got limited. Monday has a lot of aspects. I'm just going to list them and then I'll give you a synopsis. So we have Moon in Aries joins with Chiron overnight. We have Mars entering Virgo at 7:40 a.m. Eastern. Moon trines to Venus in Leo at 12:34 p.m., a significant time in my life, 12:34. It means moving forward, taking the steps necessary one by one, just move to the next level, to the next, to the next, in succession. Mercury is opposite Pluto, again, thought, home and family in opposition to Pluto, major life change. We've got the moon in Aries squaring Pluto at 6:50 p.m. And then we've got moon in Aries square Mercury in Cancer. We've got moon entering Taurus by 7:55 p.m., which I think we'll all be ready for, because then the moon answers to Venus and not Mars, and it will calm the energy and send it more towards love and home. Moon in Taurus trines Mars in Virgo. This is bringing more earth energy, bringing it into more grounded energy throughout the day through Monday. And finally, to end the day, we have Mercury entering Leo. And so we just in the morning have Mars in Leo entering Virgo, and in the evening, Mercury enters Leo. So one goes out, one goes in. And that means overnight, Monday to Tuesday, Mercury is in Leo, meaning communication styles now go from more Cancerian, quiet, hidden mode to being boisterous, outspoken, and actually taking more risks and not worrying so much what people are going to think of what you say, looking more for the spotlight, the limelight. And throughout the day, Monday, the shift of Mars from Leo to Virgo, going from fire to earth, going from ego and expression and creativity, which is very closely linked to spirit. The higher spiritual form of Leo is very creative. The lower energy is egoic. And then we have Mars in Virgo, which is going to be help, service, work, military, medicine, anything associated with holistic medicine or action. Teaching is also under this, and teachers. Mercury opposite Pluto, accidents, large accidents, significant accidents, depending on the time of day. It's 4:48 p.m. Eastern, depending on where that falls in the sky at the time. Actually, let's see, the ascendant right now at 5:48, and that's 1 hour earlier, is Sag. So it's probably going to be a Sagittarius rising where I'm at, Eastern time zone, it's Southeastern. And Sagittarius is transportation. Depending on where you are or where the event may occur, it could be a Capricorn rising, it could be a Scorpio rising. You know, it shifts around the earth and shifts where it falls, depending on where you are on the planet. And then we go to Tuesday, which is actually a little bit calmer day. Monday, you also have moon in Taurus, which is going to be money and love and more at ease with that. And then there's a trine to Mars in Virgo, which is working and earning money. On Monday, it's a good day to earn money. It's my day off, but it could be a good day to earn money. And I have been known to take some work on Monday, even though it's my day off, it's lucrative. And then Tuesday, Mercury overnight, Mercury goes into Leo at 12:11 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday the 11th at 9:11 p.m. Pacific on Monday the 10th, followed by a sextile between Saturn and the moon and a conjunction of Saturn to Jupiter, which makes it a very fortunate day, a really good day to do tangible things, to do things that you want to be lasting, that you want to maybe take time. It can take more time than we want it to, but ultimately the outcome with the moon. So we start the day with a sextile to Saturn in Pisces, and the moon in Taurus is a slower energy of the zodiac. And so it kind of slows down the energy, and Pisces is a little bit slow, let's face it. And then moon join up with Jupiter, which is a very fast energy, but it's still in Taurus, is taking its time thinking about the best way. But it ultimately means that whatever starts on Tuesday is going to end in a positive note with Jupiter and fortune. Wednesday, we've got 6 aspects. I'm going to just go through them. Then I'm going to read them one by one because I wrote them down. First is Sun square Chiron in Cancer to Chiron in Aries. We've got moon, and these are all moons, moon sextile the sun in Cancer, conjunct Uranus in Taurus, square to Venus midday, or no, you see 9:24 p.m. We've got a sextile to Neptune and that's at 10:59 p.m. Eastern. And then we have a trine of Moon to Pluto in Capricorn to finish the day Pacific at 11:11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. So first off, the Sun square Chiron is a male wounding or a wounding associated with men or boys around the home life. 2 is security. Finance is favorable. Moon sextile to the Sun, especially around the home with Cancer. And then number 3 is the Moon conjunct Uranus. So money and love are unusual, eccentric, unexpected. They are freedom loving, and we use technology to enforce freedom. 4 is Moon in Taurus square to Venus and Leo. We need attention, and it's at odds with our own innate shyness or need to take things slowly. And then 5 is Moon in Taurus sextile to Neptune in Pisces. Positive dreams and visions for the good. Dreams come true. Finally, emotion in the material world is Moon in Taurus sextile to Pluto in Capricorn. It is integrating what the shift and changes in the material world. And then Thursday, the 13th, we finish off that trine between the Moon and Pluto early in the morning hours, Eastern to 11 a.m. And then the Moon enters Gemini at 3:26 a.m. So then we go from stable, slow moving energy into more quick moving mental clarity and more verbal energy, and writing is a really good thing to do under Moon in Gemini. And then the Moon squares Mars in Virgo, sextiles Mercury in Leo, both interesting energies because Mars in Virgo answers to Mercury, which is in Leo. So even though Mars just got out of Leo, it's now answering to Mercury in Leo. By the end of the day, it goes out of that sign, which is Monday the 10th. And so that means that even though the Moon is squaring to Mars, so there would be a discomfort around words and action, because Virgo, Mars wants to take its time, wants to be thoughtful, wants to know that there's value in teaching something from what goes on, while the Moon in Gemini may bring up dualistic or duality around the home life. And it's at odds with the meticulous, practical side of taking action. And then Moon in Gemini sextiles Mercury. So then Mars answers to Leo in sextile to the Moon. So it's kind of a mixed bag there as well. But Mercury in Leo, Leo's a fire sign. Mercury rules Virgo, and Mars, the fire planet, is in Virgo. So do you see they kind of go round and round? Moon in Gemini squares Saturn at 4:06 p.m. Eastern. Moon in Gemini still chatty, communicative, with Saturn in Pisces wanting to go within, take ownership. It's still retrograde, which means it's going to be more stable, or at least more practical and not quite as dreamy as it normally is in energy, Saturn in Pisces. And then finally, Friday, we've got Mercury quincunx to Saturn, Mercury and Leo. So we have Leo Pisces energy, Saturn Mercury energy, which is being the center of attention, at odds with wanting to go within and be more stable and grounded and thoughtful about our emotional life, our dreams, our situations. Words can hurt, even if embellished words, which is Mercury and Leo is grandiose embellishment. And it wants to be in a social setting, which is the energy of Moon in Gemini coming up later at 5:37 p.m. Friday, sextile to Chiron in Aries. So there's a lot of fire and air at this time, and it's kind of at odds with the watery Saturn and watery Neptune, and also the Sun in Cancer. So we've got Sun, Saturn, and I can't remember where Venus is still in Leo, so she's really speaking her mind as well. And then sextile between Moon and Chiron and Sun in Uranus, Sun and Uranus in Taurus, and the Sun in water and Uranus in Earth are going to be more about finding alternative methods to create a positive outcome. And that's Friday evening at 7:02 p.m. Eastern. And finally, Saturday coming up, Moon in Gemini sextile Venus in Leo, square to Neptune in Pisces, quincunx to Pluto. Then the Moon enters Cancer and joins up in the same sign that the Sun is in again. And so that's going to be more cooperative. Moon in the 12th house of Cancer is going to be a little bit more like the words going on behind the scenes, especially sextile to Venus and Leo. There's some ego issues going on here with women. And then, how we're going to probably gossip. Let's just call it what it is. Moon in Gemini is moms and talking and social. Sextile to Venus and Leo, which is embellishing and drama. So definitely Moon in Gemini, sextile, Venus and Leo is enjoying a bit of gossip sessions. And then square to Neptune, which can be more practical about how we look at another person and maybe not so much emotional, but a little bit more critical. Then after the moon goes into Cancer at 1:13 p.m. on Saturday, we've got Venus quincunx to Neptune. So that's going to be, again, Leo and Pisces energy. It is fire versus water. Neptune's going to win because Neptune wins, and Venus is a lower vibration of the Neptune energy. Then Moon sextiles Mars at 7:48 p.m. Good time to spend around the home with the guys in your life. And it is Mars and Virgo, so there might even be some homework going on and handiwork. Finally, overnight between Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th, we're going to have Moon trine to Saturn in Pisces. And that is more of an emotional energy as well, but taking ownership and being more practical about what's coming about. And then we have the new moon on Monday, the 17th in Cancer at 24 degrees, which of course is going to be opposite Pluto. Not long after, about 9 hours after that, Sunday the 17th, that is when the nodes shift. So there will be a cardinal cross in the sky, meaning we have the planets and the nodes are crossing each other. It's a cardinal energy, and the 17th is a very potent day. We will talk more at length next week as it approaches. But that's what I have for you this week. I hope you have a good week. Listen to what I said day to day, and it will help you endure what you have to go through the week. Monday is going to be more chaotic. Tuesday is going to be a little bit more peaceful. And then Wednesday is going to be a mixed bag of up and down, a lot of chaotic energy. Thursday, a little bit of friction with words and action. Friday is going to be some more words and actions hurting. And then it's possibly negative on the 15th, 16th. Again, as we get this cardinal cross approaching, it's going to really challenge us in what's going on in the structure of our world and shift everything, because Pluto's major life change. Cancer is home and family. Mars and Aries are going to be individuality and just wanting to do what we are driven to do, opposite Pluto, or opposite the South Node in Libra, which is going to be a partnership or a marriage, and could be endings of marriages, and potentially one ending is another beginning. So anyway, rocking and rolling, and it's summer 2023. Anyway, you take care, and if you want, go back to the beginning of the year and listen to the year-long podcast that I put up. I think it's over 2 days or 2 different podcasts from the January 1st timeline. Thank you so much for showing up once again. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and take care. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye. So I'm drifting. Here we go.
Hi, this is Shelley. Thank you for joining us this week. To contact me for a private reading, go to angeliczodiac.com under the Readings tab. To purchase my ebook, Learn Astrology, you can find it at angeliczodiac.com. Background music was provided by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com. Be sure to check back next week and subscribe through iTunes at Astro Energy Astrology Show.